Hello again. We're still on square roots, but we're going to do something pretty special. We're going to do the square root of 32. And before we do that, you have to think about what number times itself equals 32. And there is no number that equals it, not even a perfect number that equals, not even a perfect decimal number that equals it. If I remember correctly, 5.657 I think is what is pretty close if you round it to the nearest thousandths. So if you take approximately, no, 6, that doesn't make sense. I think that's closer. 5.657. I don't have a calculator with me, unfortunately, so I'm just trying to do this in my head as fast as I can. But I think approximately 5.657 times 5.657 is relatively close to 32. It's not exactly 32. I think it's a little under, could be a little over too. I don't know. It's pretty close though. Anyways, back to what I was going to say though. You're going to get to a point where your teacher's going to say, I don't want decimals. I want a perfect answer. And a student will say, well, I don't understand what you mean by perfect answer. And basically what they mean is no decimals. And you got to figure out what the square root of 32 is with no decimals. Well, there's a way to do it. And when I first do this with my students in my class, I either do it one of two ways. It's two stories. I either use transformers, and I talk in my Optimus Prime voice. I think it's a pretty good impression. Usually it generates a few laughs. Or I do my song called the Square Root Shuffle off the Cupid Shuffle, and I tell my students how he was in my class many years ago. But I'm going a little too far with that. I could do it, but it's going to take too long to do it. Maybe if people ever wanted to hear or somebody requested, I would do either of the two. But I'm not going to do that for right now. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to split the square root of 32 as a perfect answer as opposed to just a decimal. Now think to yourself, what two numbers go into 32? Now there's a few. You can use 16 and 2 or you can use 8 and 4. Either one will work. I'm going to use 8 and 4 because it's what students will probably be more familiar with. And what you do is you split the composite numbers. Composite is what you can split until you can split no more. And those are called primes. And that's why I use my Optimus Prime voice. But back to what I was going to say. So I'm going to split the 4. And I circle my primes when I can split no more. That was 4 and 2. And anything that has a pair goes on the outside. Hence the square root. You take out pairs. If it was a cube root, you take them out in 3s. If it was a fourth root, you take them out in 4s. And so on and so forth. So I'm going to take them out in pairs. And it doesn't matter which pair you take out. You can take out this 2 and this 2, and that goes out as 1. Then you take out another pair and another pair, and that goes out as another number. Now, this person doesn't have a pair to go with, so they're going to stay inside. Now you jump out as a pair and you get married and you're 1. And you jump out as a pair and you get married and you're 1. You know, that's one way I could explain it. And anybody who isn't able to leave stays inside. You simplify. 2 times 2 is 4. Root 2, 4, square root 2, 4, radical 2, 4 root 2. Any way you can say it. And that's your answer. I don't know when exactly that's covered. Usually teachers, I think, take 5.657 for a while, and then all of a sudden they say, no, now we're going to do it like this. And all of a sudden everybody's a little distraught and upset, and they say, well, can't I just do my calculator? And calculators don't make you think. You know, you do the thinking, you're the one who does the thinking, so I encourage you to try to do things without a calculator as best as possible. With that said, have a great day for now. Goodbye.